Hello. We would like to welcome you to Storytime. We have got a very special story time for you. Today it's Christmas edition. It's Olive back here. And we have got a book from a great friend of ours named David. And it's about a dog named Olive. It's a Christmas book about a dog named Olive. How do we not do that? This whole time. I can't believe it. You know what I mean? It was just there. Well, a big thank you to David and to our good friend, Ludo, who gave Olive her amazing new sweater. All right, here we go. This is called Olive, the Other Reindeer. And it looks like it is by J. Otto Seifold and Vivian Walsh. Gonna be a good one, I can tell. Dog named Olive. Can't go wrong. Okay. Olive, the Other Reindeer. Seibold, J. Otto Seibold and Vivian Walsh. Now, every day, Olive took her daily dog walk. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. That's what our... It's great. People were singing along, all of the other reindeer, and Olive was too shy to sing. She hummed. All of the other reindeer, la 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 la. Olive. Back at her doghouse, Olive was wrapping presents and listening to the radio. And she heard the same song come on again. Olive the reindeer. I thought it was a dog, Olive said. But I must be a reindeer. Olive, are you a reindeer? Pretty sure she's a dog. It was that time of year when all of the reindeer reported to the North Pole to help Santa Claus. Olive put down her scissors carefully. No scissors. Olive put down her scissors carefully and marched out the door. Boom. And she took one bus and then two buses. Penguin. And then she kept going. And she got there just in time. Santa was checking his list for the second time. Elves were busy helping the reindeer and loading the sleigh with presents for all of the good girls and boys, and everyone was getting ready to go. Big day. So Olive took her place. Shove over, Prancer. Olive's in the house. Santa noticed that there was a little dog in the lineup. Santa knew a lot about dogs, for instance, that they can't fly, for instance. But as it was time to go, he decided to give Olive a chance. Sweet. Comet, the biggest reindeer, used a piece of extra ribbon to make sure Olive was tied in safe and tight. And now they were ready to go. That was good of Comet. Rudolph's going to be a little mad, but Olive was surprised it's so easy to fly. Right? The other reindeer were very curious about the new helper, more the ornament. They looked at Olive so much they weren't watching where they were going. And they ended up in Mesopotamia. No, crash! They flew smack into the top of a too-tall tree. Oh dear, said Santa, my sleigh is stuck in this tree. I will have to cut it free. Olive clung to the side of the tree. She tried to fly up, but she could not fly up to help. She climbed up slowly, and then she started chewing. Oh, this is something. I think all olives are good at destroying sticks. She's the best. It's a perfect adventure. Climbed up slowly and started chewing. Chewing sticks was something Olive could do well. This is the perfect book. Thank you, Olive, said Santa Claus as they got back on their way. They had not traveled far when Olive's nose began to twitch. Olive smelled trouble. It was the smell of gumdrop candies as they fell from the sleigh. Drop, drop, drop. Olive barked and Santa knew what to do. He steered the reindeer That was a stick. That's what I'm telling you. It's a natural. Santa's coming. Gonna have to help him out. All right, you better practice. All right. Olive barked and Santa knew what to do. He steered the reindeer down and around so that all the gumdrops fell plop, plop, plop back into the toy sack. Boom. We were very lucky to not lose a single gumdrop, thought Olive. And then she heard a strange sound. It was a musical note. Eee! And she spun around on her string to see the night sky filled with falling flutes. Olive had to howl louder than wind instruments. This was not music to Santa's ears. First gumdrops and now flutes, thought Santa. That tree must have torn a hole in my sled. Now, we don't, this Olive here, not a big howler. Doesn't howl much. But there is this one cat. And boy, I tell you, if that cat comes by, no woo woo woo, it's on. Anyway, back to the story. Prepare for an emergency landing, Santa instructed. The sleigh landed in a snowy field full of flutes. Luckily, Olive was very good at fetching sticks. It's something dogs love to do, as we've talked about before. Before Santa had finished patching the hole in the sleigh, Olive returned each and every flute back to the sack. Ho, 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 ho. We're ready to go. We're going to get on out of here. That's what Santa said. And whew, they had to go because they were running late. See, they were flying. And all the good children were just dependent on them. And they received their presents, and then Santa's team headed home. Bam. That's a good job. They were almost home when all of a sudden they got caught in the dreaded North Pole fog. And the reindeer slowed down until it was only the breeze that moved them along. And the fog was thick as a pillow. And it made everyone feel sleepy. And then Santa remembered something about dogs. That they are expert smellers, and that is also true. Olive is a good smeller. I'm not a good smeller, but Olive is a good smeller. Olive, I'd hate to be late for... Olive, seriously. I'd hate to be late for breakfast this year, he said. Also, that's another priority of Olive's, is breakfast. And mine. Olive, I'd hate to be late for breakfast this year, he said. Mrs. Claus has planned a parade of cookies. You can almost smell them, can't you? Olive could totally smell the cookies. Olive, won't you guide my sleigh this morning? Olive moved to the front of the reindeer. Thanks to Olive's nose and Mrs. Claus's baking, they made it all the way back to the North Pole, and all of the elves sang out a cheer. Hooray! Hooray! Santa and the reindeer and the little doggy are back. Santa and the reindeer and the little doggy are back. Hee hee. That's probably how the elves do it. Back at the North Pole, it was a glorious morning. After eating lots of good food, it was time to open presents. The reindeer got jump ropes, and the elves got toy trains, and Santa reached into his toy sack. And there was just one present left. It was her very own set of reindeer antlers, and it was for Olive, and they fit perfectly. Oh my goodness. And then everyone went outside to play reindeer games. The end. Oh boy. Well, Merry Christmas Eve, you guys. I know what we gotta ask Santa for. Get some reindeer antlers. Like some fake ones, you know what I mean? Spread little ding ding ding. Little mistletoe, little Merry Christmas.